the same elected official has run an agency for more than 30 years, there are challenges involved for people, or is it a challenge for people inside the agency and for some outside to get used to a new way of doing things? What's the greatest challenge you have encountered in your first 3 years in office, specifically as it pertains to coming after a longtime sheriff, as J.D. Smith was, and tell us how you dealt with that challenge.
I first started dealing with that challenge by going out and meeting with the citizens of Smith County for several months, over a year, prior to running for election, to find out what their needs were. But I will tell you, it didn't take 1, 2, or 3 years to determine what the needs were or what needed to be worked on, because I can tell you within the first week, I heard, I can't count how many times, Sheriff, that's not the way we did it before. Well, finally, after about the third time I heard it, and you're probably going to hear a few chuckles in here from some of the employees, I finally said, let me tell you something. If we do what we always did, we'll get what we always got. I wouldn't be here if I was satisfied with what we always got. So there are a lot of challenges. Sheriff Smith did a good job when he was in office. Sheriff Smith went in office from Tyler Police Department 36 years prior to me taking office. Law enforcement has changed in the last 5 years. I have, by the grace of God, I've had one of the best law enforcement careers anybody could ever hope for. I've been to 12 foreign countries, 48 of 50 states, Guam, Puerto Rico, working for federal law enforcement. I worked 11 years, starting at 20 years of age at Great County Sheriff's Office. I was a CID captain for the last 5 years I was there. I was a lieutenant for 3. I worked my first homicide case when I was 22 years old. I can still tell you the name of the 17-month-old baby that got killed by a stepdad. I have walked in the shoes of these men and women that work at the Smith County Sheriff's Office. I'm proud to have walked in their shoes. I will not ask any one of them to do what I haven't already done or am not willing to do. Thank you.
Mr. Green, 1 minute.
First off, I know the guys that are back here that work for the Sheriff's Office. I worked with them alongside many of them personally when I was a game warden. I don't have any, I know there's some good employees that work there. We've got some leadership issues at the Sheriff's Office and personnel issues, but I don't take any offense to these guys back here at all. I want to make that clear, because I know a lot of them personally and worked with them. Yeah, the Sheriff's Office is evolving.
30 seconds.
I'm sorry?
30 seconds.
It is. It's going to take a sheriff that can recruit good people for average pay. And it is a challenge. It's a challenge staff in the Sheriff's Office. But when you treat personnel right, they'll stay with you. Unfortunately, this administration has changed faces on numerous occasions in the last 3 years. It's musical chairs. We don't know who's where at any time. It's changed so quickly.